I'm having some challenges today, which I'm going to have to figure out later. Yeah, technical issues have getting at me again, but hopefully I won't have any problems with the stream today. I fixed some problems, but I created others as I was fixing those problems. So I apologize for being a little bit late. Welcome to the show. When I decided to do a show today, or when I was thinking about it yesterday, I didn't think I was going to have to talk about Nick Cannon anymore, or at least not for a while, but apparently Nick Cannon has made an apology. And so there's a few things on that, and then there's all kinds of news. It's FTG Thursday on the Morning Night Live. All right, I hope you're ready. Let's see if the intro works. Play the intro. It's going to look weird for a second, but play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. Yes, everything's drunk in the intro, I know. I gotta fix all my windows again. I think it's because when I changed which encoder is going to do the show, it screwed up everything. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, me, also known as PDawg Knight. And I'm glad you're here. It is Thursday, the 16th of July, 2020. This is the 373rd episode of the Morning Night Live, and boy, there's a whole lot of people here already. I'm very happy to see you. Let's do a quick round of good mornings, and then we're just going to go ahead and get into the show because I'm probably going to have to fix some things as I go along, and so we'll just have to do some trial and error until I have a chance to go back and do this when I'm not on the show. I wasn't expecting the issues this morning. First in the chat today was our good friend with the most redundant name on the internet, CNN Sucks, who gets the bell. Yes, and the bell even works. Awesome. Also, good morning to Stabbin' Joe Scarborough, who's sharpening up the knives. Good morning to Hey Larry. What's up? Black Hebrew Israelite. Good morning.
That's right.
Also, good morning to Richo, my friend from down under. Johnny Bonsaco. Molly Mags 53. Cynical Lindsay is here early. Good to see you. Dark Isle. What's up? Also, good morning, Mike Savage, Blarg, and Select a Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Also, good morning to Willett Forge, Renee Mayette, Diesel Dave. What's up, man? Haven't seen you for a while. Glad you're here. Also, let's see, Becca Fairley's in the house. Good morning to Chi-Town Jay, Scribe Light. Oh, goodness gracious. Fallout, where's my Nuke Cola? Yeah. I was wondering if Fallout was going to be a confusing name for people, but that's okay. Good morning, Scribe. Go Thrapple! Also, Jay Wolf, Advocatus Diaboli, and the Devil's Advocate, Quinn the Cultist. I'm scrolling. Okay, I've seen that name already. Rich, I was it. Scribe. Ginger Power, what's happening? You are here, even though you say you're not. I see you. Good morning, Green Thunder to Mighty. And Richard Cranium. Oh, and Prospero's here too. Wow, this is great. I haven't seen you here for a while either. So, well, good morning, everybody. No, we're not talking about Fallout the game. I wish it was just that simple. But we're gonna start with little Nick Cannon because like I said, I wasn't really planning on talking about Nick Cannon, but you know, with his little issue with his show, it's funny because he got booted from Viacom shows, which means his MTV show Wild and Out was taken away. But then I realized The Masked Singer is on Fox. Hello, Hey Camel, I see ya. His show The Masked Singer is not on Viacom, it's on Fox. And so Fox apparently gave Nick Cannon an opportunity to write an apology for what he did. So, and I found the apology very interesting. It's fascinating because Nick Cannon said a lot of things on that show, and it's funny because some people said, "Oh, they fired Nick Cannon on the spot," but the police officers who killed George Floyd weren't, they took a few days. No, this happened back in June. But anyway, let's see if we can find this apology by Nick Cannon. Here's the CBS News account of it. Let's hopefully this. Oh, was this messed up? Okay, that's good. I feel ashamed. Nick Cannon apologizes for his anti-Semitic comments. Now, before I even do this, the anti-Semitic parts of that podcast that he was doing were not the only parts that would have normally offended people. You know what I mean? It was like there were some other things he said that were probably, I would say, what's the problematic, right? Problematic, as the kids say these days. But anyway, Nick Cannon apologized for comments he made on a podcast that were deemed anti-Semitic and resulted in him being dropped by Viacom CBS. I feel ashamed, Cannon wrote in a series of social media posts on Wednesday. I extend my deepest and I won't put the music on. I extend my deepest and dearest apologies to my Jewish sisters and brothers for the hurtful and divisive words that came out of my mouth during my interview with Richard Griffin, Cannon wrote. They reinforce the worst stereotypes of a proud and magnificent people, and I feel ashamed and of the uninformed and naive place that these words came from, he continued. The video of this interview has since been removed, which it's amazing it's been removed. Well, Viacom listed the anti-Semitism as the main reason for getting rid of him and not the rest of the racism. So that's all he apologized for. Well, yes, Prospero. And that's kind of where I'm going. He said some other shit in there that, if you change any of it from any culture or race or anything, it probably wouldn't have been so. No, he would have. People would have been. There would have been marches. There would have been protests in front of Viacom or wherever he does MTV and CBS and Fox and everything. But that didn't happen. Oh, I don't know. Was it a half-assed apology, Gamer Vleen? By the way, good morning, Gamer Vleen. I don't know if it was a half-assed policy. He groveled, I thought. And look, I don't approve. I don't agree with anything he said. I am kind of but if he wants to say that shit, he can say that shit, and there's some consequences that, some people take. But these consequences came down hard for the part of it that I'm not sure if. Well, again, I haven't been able to show you the actual video, but it anyway. So here he goes. Let's see. Oh, he added this up. Let's see. While the Jews' experiences encompasses more than 5,000 years in their, where's the see more? Okay, here we go. Here's the rest of his apology. While the Jews' experience encompasses more than 5,000 years, and there is so much. More than 5,000. Okay. And there's so much more I have yet to learn. I've had at least a minor history lesson over the past few days. That's not all he got. A minor history lesson. I think he got a big history lesson over the past few days. And to say that it is eye-opening would be a vast understatement. I want to express my gratitude to the rabbis, community leaders, and institutions who reached out to me to help enlighten me instead of chastising me. Well, that's good. You know what? That actually, I'm going to take that as a, I think that's cool that they reached out to him and decided to educate him rather than chastise him, rather than protest in front of his house. Okay. I want to assure my Jewish friends, new and old, that this is only the beginning of my education. So he's gonna be re-educated. Good. Okay. That's kind of how it works. Good morning, Cryptic. What's up? I am committed to deeper connections, more profound learning, and strengthening the bond between our two cultures today and every day going forward. Now, yes, there are some issues. I'm going to continue his apology, but let me just do an aside here. There are some issues, particularly in particularly in New York, but in a lot of places, there are some issues between the brothers and the brethren that certainly need to be, how did he put it? That the bonds need to be strengthened and the issues need to be addressed because, when they talk about the rising amount of anti-Semitism in the Trump era, a lot of those issues are not between, let's say, the what do you call them, the Trumpers? There's not between the Trumpers and the brethren. It's a lot more between the brothers and the brethren. In fact, a lot of those incidents that they talk about, those rising number of, what do they call them? Crimes of, what do they call it? They call it, hate crimes. A lot of those hate crimes that are happening, that are anti-Semitic hate crimes, they'll call them, those are usually between the brothers and the brethren, not those red hat guys or even, not the goofballs wearing black, and it's not even them that much, but they don't like anybody who's religious, so they have issues either. Anyway, let's finish his apology here. I just had the blessed opportunity to converse with Rabbi Abraham Cooper, Director of Global Social Action, and Simon Wiesenthal. My first words to my brother was, I apologize for the hurt I caused the Jewish community. Now, Gamer Valine, you said it earlier, half-assed. I think that is a genuine, it's not one of those, I apologize if this caused you, if you feel this caused you harm, right? No, he said, I apologize for the hurt I caused. He took responsibility. He didn't give one of those, well, if you were feeling bad, it was whatever. Thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite, with the first and top super chat of the day. Who says, oh wait, by the way.
That's right.
Who says, they made the black man bend the knee to the fake Hebrews, but fuck Whitey.
That's right.
We, the black delegation, would like to trade Nick for a pack or Black and Mild of Black and Milds.
That's right.
Oh, yes, I disavow. But thank you, Black Israelite, for the top super chat of the day of the $2. Thank you so much. So anyway, let me finish this sentence. On my podcast, I use words and reference literature I assume to be factual to uplift my community, but instead turned out to be hateful propaganda and stereotypical rhetoric that pained another community. For this, I am deeply sorry, but now together we can write a new chapter of healing. So you know what? Look, regardless of what you thought about what old Nick Cannon said and whatnot, that sounds like a very genuine apology. And to get to talk to some people, let's see, on the podcast, which was released June 30th, Canada Griffin, the former Public Enemy member, contended that Jews have stolen black people's identities as true Hebrews. Cannon also implies that those with light skin are inferior. Yeah, they just glossed over a little bit there. What, inferior? Is that the words he used? I could have sworn he described well, he described a great number of y'all as animals. Good morning, check your logic. No, not Fallout 76, not Fallout 373. No, we're not talking about that Fallout. But I knew that some people would ask me that question. It was a intended pun, so to speak. Anyway, Canada referred to the teachings from Louis Farrakhan, who is considered anti-Semitic by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Oh, well, very good. And conspiracy theory about the Rothschild family deemed anti-Semitic by the Anti-Defamation League. Canada initially took to social media on Monday to say he does not condone hate speech nor the spread of hateful rhetoric. Cannon said he took full responsibility for his comments but stopped short of a full apology. Well, did he? Okay, oh, that was the first time. Instead asking experts to correct me in any statement I made that has been projected as negative. And that's when Viacom decided to give him the boot ass treatment. That prompted Viacom to add, "We are deeply troubled that Nick has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating anti-Semitism, and we are terminating our relationship with him," the company said Tuesday in a statement. But Canada pushed back against Viacom, the statement, claiming he'd received no response from company chair Sherry Redstone after attempting to reach out. He also called for full ownership of Wild 'N Out, which he created and hosted. Wild 'N Out airs on VH1 and Viacom CBS Home Station. I don't know about that. Anyway, so Viacom hasn't said anything since the we have a new top super chat of the day. Thank you, Cryptic. He has not. What's the word here? No word on whether or not the Viacom capitulated to that request that he own his own show that he created. Thank you, Cryptic, with the $5 super chat and the new top super chat of the day. I'll get my fingers ready here. It is not sincere, since he is too stupid to be eloquent enough to write that. It's a publicist who wrote that shit. Okay. I'll give you that. That was a what's the word for that? That was a carefully written letter. Anyway, so there's some other information though that's been coming out. It's interesting because there's been a lot of reactions to this, and one of the reactions came from none other than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar weighed in on this. Now, usually Kareem sometimes, well, let's just say Kareem is very measured when he decides to speak out publicly about things, but he thought it was important to speak out about this. What the hell is that in the middle of my screen? Let me fix something here. Good Lord. Let me before I put this on the screen. All right. Nope. Can't do that. Hang on a second. I'm so busy fixing screens today. Let's get that out of the way so you don't have to see a big old thing. All right, here we go. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar weighed in, who says you can't be both anti-racist and anti-Semitic. Interesting. NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had a pointed message for celebrities who speak out against racism, but turn a blind eye to anti-Semitism, particularly that of Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. You must acknowledge all forms of discrimination. Abdul-Jabbar penned the scathing column in The Hollywood Reporter Wednesday, taking celebrities like Ice Cube, NFL player Deshaun Jackson, and most recently, television star Nick Cannon to task for embracing anti-Semitic conspiracy theories while publicly speaking out about anti-black racism. According to Abdul-Jabbar, the blind eye many celebrities and sports figures are turning toward anti-Semitism puts the Black Lives Matter movement as a whole at risk. Well, my God, you might want to check out some of the leaders of not the movement, but the organization of Black Lives Matter. They've had their own little issues, haven't they, Kareem? Just saying. Let's see. And those who failed to correct figures like Jackson, who faced only minor punishment from his team, are allowing discrimination to flourish. Recent incidents of anti-Semitic tweets and posts from sports and entertainment celebrities are a very troubling omen for the future of the Black Lives Matter movement. But so too is the shocking lack of massive indignation, Abdul-Jabbar wrote. Given the new wokefulness in Hollywood and the sports world, we expected more passionate public outrage. What we got was a shrug of meh rage. That's pretty good, Kareem. That's pretty funny. By the way, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is an extremely intelligent human being. I don't agree with a lot of some of what he says, but he's eloquent as fuck. Anyway, when reading the dark, squishy entrails of popular culture, meh rage in the face of sustained prejudice is an indisputable sign of the coming a patholips, which is apathy to all forms of social justice. Well, social justice is kind of a misnomer, honestly. Well, anyway, just there's no such social justice. Whatever. After all, if it is okay to discriminate against, I got to get these marbles out of my mouth. What the hell is going on here? Discriminate against one group of people by hauling out cultural stereotypes without much pushback, it must be okay to do the same to others. Illogic begets illogic. Very, very poignant and true basketball legend. The part about white, less melanated people being like animals, and that other shit. I don't know if he heard that part, but it's possible he did. Among the top offenders, Abdul-Jabbar also lists Chelsea Handler and other white celebrities who recently posted a video from one of Louis Farrakhan's speeches as a way of, whoa, there we go. We've got a new top super chat of the day. I'll just. It pops in there and I have to do it because I can't hear myself if I don't do it right away. Let's see, let me fix that. All right. Thank you, Gamer Valide, with the 10 spot. When you attach a demand that would be momentarily lucrative to an apology, you're apologizing for losing money. Sincerity goes out the window when covering personal loss. Thus, I corrected half-assed to non-apology. Now, as I thought about this, as we've been going along here, whoever made the comment about that, the policy being written by a publicist and me going back and reading, it kind of, in a way, kind of was. Although he did have the sincere, I take responsibility for my actions, the hurt I caused you versus I'm sorry that you felt that way. The real non-apology is when they say, well, I'm sorry for those who may have been distressed by my words versus I apologize for the hurt I caused you. But anyway, all right. So anyway, but yeah, it in the end, it may just be a non-apology too, because it was written by somebody else, but he signed it at least. Hello, Cairo Alexander. How are you doing? All right. Let's see. Oh, so he was listing Chelsea Handler and other celebrities who recently posted a video from one of Louis Farrakhan's speeches as a way of proving they'd received instruction on how to be better allies to minorities facing oppression. June continued to bust out all over with anti-Semitism when performer Chelsea Handler, herself Jewish, posted videos of Farrakhan to her 3.9 million followers, he said. That means almost 4 million people received a subliminal message that even some Jews think being anti-Jewish is justified. So did Bill Clinton when he had to backpedal. That's true. Okay, I'm giving you half of this, Gabriel Lee, and I really am, honestly. Good morning, Chadwick Dupree. By the way, I got you. Abdul Jabbar does not mention Nick Cannon, likely because Cannon's rant, which was both anti-white and anti-Semitic, aired after Abdul Jabbar had already turned in his column. Oh, I didn't realize this is before his column. Well, it was quite timely, and having Nick Cannon have his issue pop off right after that. I wish I would have said that at the beginning of this article. I thought this was a reaction to Nick Cannon. But anyway, Cannon now finds himself out of a job after Viacom CBS terminated the relationship with the reality television star. Regardless of Nick Cannon's apology, I gotta be honest, he still gets an FTG. Good morning, Sean. How are you doing? I see you popping in here. All right, let's go on to something else. By the way, let's do this too, because I wanted to check if I had any issues with freezing up. Well, there it is again. Damn it, I gotta change these settings. We'll figure it out one of these days, because I had the settings right, and then I had an update on my Streamlabs program, and then the OBS went all to hell. All the windows changed weird and shit. So anyway. Yeah, P. Diddy offered... Hi, Becca Farley, by the way. P. Diddy offered him a spot on his platform. Yeah. Good morning, Tales of Gore also. Yeah, he's had a couple offers, but I think... I have a feeling that the Fox money that he's getting for The Masked Singer... Because it's for... Of course, I can't really fathom why it's a very popular show, but it is a very popular show. I think the money... from that show, after also losing Viacom, probably he was starting to check his bank account, realizing that he wasn't getting the alimony payments from Mariah Carey that he should be, and I think he just said, I still got some checks to write. I'm living large, and I wear almost a half of a. Have you ever watched Wild 'N Out? Nick always has like a Mr. T starter kit around his neck. It's kind of funny, but I think he's just counting the numbers and going, "Oh, I better chill and take my boot ass." You know, boot ass. I'm pretty sure he needs a size 14 rectal extraction kit for that boot that's in his ass right now. Let's move on. First of all, let's do something real quick. I got some people to thank, like every day. Thank you, Scribe Light and Becca Fairley, Jay Wolf, Cynical Lindsay, for all tweeting out the show. If you'd be so kind, this show is powered and made better by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. If you'd be so kind, share the stream. Hit that share arrow right down there and share this out to the people in your social media circles. Or you can follow me on Twitter, Mine's Gab, or Parler, and just retweet what I tweet. Or repost, or what do they call it? Reparlay, and repost, and re-something. Mine's calls it publish. So do that, because I do the notifications. Now, I'm active on Twitter. I'm not so active on the other three. But if you're not on one of those threes, or if you've been gently removed from one of those platforms, try one of the other ones and you'll get notifications. Size 14, who has feet that small? Excuse me. 14. I wear size 14s. Come on. A lot of people. By the way, good morning, Willett Forge. How you doing? All right. So also, if you like what we do at some time during the stream, hit the like button. Okay, and I will remind you at the end, if you're still here, if you haven't done it yet, you got to go click or punch it or something. Hit the like button. And then also super chats like Gabriel Blaine, Cryptic, and Black Hebrew Israelite are done through the Streamlabs link. It's in the chat. This show is sponsored by viewers like you. Support the show with your donations and have your super chats read live on the show. Click that link and you will become a permanent part of this episode of the Morning Night Live. Oh, I have a weird line around me. I never noticed that. Maybe it's because of the red. See that? See the line that's going around my shoulders? Maybe you can't see it. Oh, it's just because of this background. Because the background constantly changes. Anyway. Okay. Okay, I wasn't going to stay completely off of Nick Cannon. There's just a couple of things that were kind of humorous that I found. One, Dwayne Wade, the basketball star, he was tweeted and then deleted his support for Nick Cannon after Viacom dropped him over the comments. Basketball star Dwayne Wade tweeted and then deleted support Wednesday for Nick Cannon after he was dropped by Viacom following anti-Semitic comments. The message of support comes a day after Cannon was dropped by Viacom CBS over his anti-Semitic comments. They said it again. Made during an episode of Cannon's Class, published June 30th. Oh, this was only 2 weeks ago. Okay, I thought it was longer ago. It is unclear why Wade deleted the tweet. He might have gotten some heat. So here's the tweet he did. Nick Cannon, we are with you. Roar, brother. Keep leading. Leading? Anyway, Cannon and Professor Griff claim that black people can't be anti-Semitic because they're the real Semitic people.
That's right.
A quote. This is a quote. I am not. Let's just say I'm disavowing this in advance. This is what he said. They have to rob, steal, rape, kill, and fight in order to survive, he added in the video. So these people who did have what we have, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people, they had to be savages. They had to be barbaric because they're in these Nordic mountains. They're in these rough torrential environments. They're acting like animals. So they're the ones closer to animals. They're the ones that are actually the true savages. Now that's what he was saying about the white people. After the comments went viral, Cannon was dropped by CBS Viacom, who condemned the comments. Okay, we all know about that. That was interesting. And then also, now if you may or may not be familiar with Charlemagne the God, but Charlemagne the God had some. Why didn't that click? There we go. Charlemagne the God had some things to say. Nick Cannon getting fired for anti-Semitic remarks proves that Jews have the power. Left-wing radio host Charlemagne the God suggested on Wednesday that Viacom CBS terminating its relationship with Nick Cannon following remarks by Cannon that were viewed as anti-Semitic and anti-white was proof that Jewish people have the power. Now, nobody, this is the first mention of the anti-white part on most of the medias. they like I said, they glossed right over that shit. But anyway, listen, Nick is my guy, Charlemagne the God said. I hate it had to be him, but that's what you can do when you have the power. If there's one thing Jewish people have showed us is they have the power. Let's see. I can't wait until the day black people are able to fire people for saying things about us that we deem racist. Holy shit, Charlemagne the God. Dude, have you been paying attention to the last month and a half? Oh my God. Now, he continued. We can barely get cops fired for actually killing us. I'm not going to go into this now. but you know, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, they fired Nick for referencing a theory written by a psychologist on racism. Okay. No, this is all from the ISIS papers. You should look into it. It's dumb racism that liberals call science. Yeah. Yep. Right-wing pundit. Oh, well, now I'm so glad they had Candace Owens chirp in. Not that I don't care. I mean, I don't know what her relevance to this is, but let's read what she says, because she and Charlemagne go back and forth on shit. Right-wing pundit Candace Owens responded to Charlemagne the God's comments by tweeting, "I respect Charlemagne, but his comments that Nick Cannon's firing proves Jewish have the power is off base. Did the hundreds of white people who have been fired over these past few months for disagreeing with the radical goals of Black Lives Matter prove that we have the power?" Okay, I'm going to give her that one. Whoops. It didn't work. There it is. I'm going to give her that one. Thousands of blacks promoted to comply with BLM, Owens continued. Thousands of whites fired for disagreeing, and everyone pretending it was cool. One black man gets fired, and now it's the Jews have power. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna go to. She should have stopped. It's just that she should have stopped in one sentence. You're watching people lose their jobs for lots of little things that I don't know if they have the power or not. Good morning, Gunfox. How you doing? And they're just rehashing the story over and over again here, so we'll skip that. All right, let's change course a little bit. I really didn't put a lot of articles out here, but there's a couple here that I wanted to show. Now this, let's talk about the current, what's a good word? What's a good word for it? The Civil War-ish kind of thing that's going on, or the leftist reign of terror, or the war on police, whatever you want to call it. So this was an interesting thing. Apparently, some protesters got a shipment of bats. And I don't mean the kind that you find in Wuhan. There's a video showing protesters getting shipments of baseball bats before a Brooklyn Bridge brawl. Here, let me click this not now here. Get off my screen. Oh my computer's just killing me. Surveillance video from outside City Hall appears to show protesters receiving a small shipload of bats, not the Wuhan kind, before anti-cop activists clash with officers on the Brooklyn Bridge Wednesday morning. The delivery is made by a car parked on the street near City Hall, with one man seen retrieving 6 bats from the trunk, according to the footage provided by sources. Police sources said the bats were delivered so the anti-cop activists could confront a unity rally proceeding over the Brooklyn Bridge into Manhattan. So they didn't want the unity rally to happen, so they got themselves some bats. The unity rally included clergy, law enforcement, and community activists. Yeah, see, because there are people in the community that aren't so hip to getting rid of the police. It's a shocker. There's some people out there that just say, they don't say, fuck the police. They say, we kind of need the police because this is a place where we call the police a lot, right? Anyway, police sources, it's unclear if the City Hall protesters used the bats in the wild Brooklyn Bridge brawl between opposing protesters, but at least one was recovered after the dust was settled, police sources said. So is this the video? Where is the video? I thought it was right there. And because I'm having internet issues. Well, no central Marxist planning for these organic protests. Nothing to see here. Yeah, no, they seemed a little bit. Here's the video. So there's the car. It'll eventually show the video. Come on. Okay, let's get in there. Just, it's uncanny. No, Batman. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna wait for this window to open. Anyway, yeah, that's lovely. That's just lovely. Oh yeah, now the video works as soon as I click away from it. I'm not doing this. Sorry, New York Post. So here's also, come on screen. God, oh, this is killing me. Oh, I forgot. I had a question of the day, and now I can't remember what it was. So, okay, I forgot what it was. I had a question of the day. Oh, you're out of here? Okay, good luck. Have a good day, Gun Fox. I know you're going to have a long day here. So, protesters attack and bloody police officers in broad daylight. Not good. And my internet's not good right now. Terrence Monahan, New York Police Department Chief of Department, was injured Wednesday after protesters demonstrating the death of George Floyd attacked a group of officers on the Brooklyn Bridge. This is the brawl where they had the bats, right? And there's a picture of somebody who's got bloodied up a little bit. Monahan received non-life-threatening injuries during the scuffle and was taken to an area hospital for treatment. A police source says Monahan's hand was injured and he required stitches after protests attacked NYPD officers with a chain. Oh, thank you, Miles Kinslow. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Morning Night Live, and thank you for subscribing to the PDawg Night channel. I appreciate you. The police source said Monahan's hand was injured and required stitches after protesters attacked NYPD officers with a chain during the morning rally. At least 2 other officers were injured. At least 10 protesters were arrested during the bridge march, another police source said. The NYPD official news account shared photos and video of the attack on social media. This is it right here. Maybe it'll play, maybe it won't. 3 officers violently attacked by protesters crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. The officers sustained serious injuries. This is not peaceful protest. This will not be tolerated. Yep, there they are, hitting him with sticks and something down there. Jesus, just reaching down from the fucking bridge. These are the injuries the officers sustained. So this officer here, he had knelt. Didn't they know that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of those are the ones that took a knee. Hopefully the pics will pop up here. OBS is asshole. No, I just got to reset how I run things. It's my internet that I'm having problems with more than OBS. So anyway, here's the, hopefully we'll get a photo here. Oh, good God. Hello, Big Assassin. How you doing? All right, we just have to dispense with some of this stuff because it's not working that well. We can get into trends in a second, but again, it'll probably pop up as soon as I walk away from it. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. I've got a few more. Oh yeah, well, speaking of that chief, that is the chief who knelt with the protesters, and here's the article on that. Come on. Good God. I think I might have to clean some things out here. I don't know. Oh. While we're waiting. The question of the day. I was going to ask about peanut butter. Okay? Because I know there are Skippy people. There are Jif people. There are smooth people. There are chunky people. And there's other brand people like organic and all that shit. So in the chat today, the question of the day, tell me what peanut butter you would want in your cabinet right now. And I'll see if we concur. Anyway, so the New York police chief who knelt with protesters in June, gets injured in a clash with protesters. The highest-ranking uniformed member of the NYPD, Chief of Department Terrence Monahan, who knelt with protesters at the beginning of June, was one of 4 NYPD officers injured during a protest in New York on Wednesday. Monahan and the other injured officers were marching with a pro-police group when they clashed with anti-police activists. Police photos of the aftermath showed a lieutenant with a bloodied face, a detective holding a bandage to his head, and a bicycle officer helping a fellow officer dress a head wound. Monahan, who last month kneeled in a show of solidarity with protesters, sustained injuries to his hand, the Associated Press reported Wednesday. And maybe, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to click it. So anyway, yeah. So there's what taking a knee gets you, right? It helped. Portland protesters are now creating an autonomous zone. Yippee. Let's see if this article will load any faster. Not really. Let's see while I'm waiting. Oh, here we go. Here it goes. Portland protesters copy Seattle, form an autonomous zone, and kick out cops. How do you kick out cops? Of course, when Ted Wheeler, the mayor, is, what's that word they like to use all the time? Complicit. It makes it much easier for the assholes to take over whatever they're planning on taking over. Good morning, Wikipedia snippet. After nearly 40 days of unrest, demonstrators in Portland, Oregon have successfully evicted law enforcement from a park in the city's downtown, creating their own autonomous zone like the one that was dismantled last week in Seattle, Washington. Anti-fascist protesters have been waging a nightly war against police and federal law enforcement agents in downtown Portland, centered around a federal courthouse that demonstrators were looking to occupy. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, you dumbasses. Just because Mayor Wheeler's forces are going to let you do this bullshit, I don't think the Fed officers are. And we've already had that discussion, haven't we? Ted Wheeler, you jackass. The confrontations gradually became more violent until, in an incident earlier this week, a protester received a gruesome injury from a non-lethal pellet after allegedly throwing a canister at federal agents. Allegedly, they caught the canister came flying into the street. The protester threw it back at the federal officers, and they hit him with a rubber bullet in the forehead. Allegedly, it's on video. I've seen the video. Tuesday night, the protesters gave up the fight for the courthouse and instead decided to set up an occupied area in the city's Lonsdale Square, just across the street, according to Fox News. Now, last year, when me and the boy and Lady Boomer went to Portland, we started our trip from Portland all the way to San Diego and then to Las Vegas by car. We started in Portland, and we were in Lonsdale Square, just across the street from the federal courthouse. It was a nice little area. They had other shit going on. Demonstrators began erecting tents in downtown Portland's Lonsdale Square across the street from the Federal Pioneer Courthouse, one of the federal properties Homeland Security sought to protect by bringing federal officers into the city 2 weeks ago, the outlet reported. A camera at the Portland Standard building showed protesters beginning to assemble tents late Tuesday night in the same park where Occupy Portland was set up in 2011. What does this sound like? The Pacific Northwest Youth Liberation Front an anti-capitalist group that the Seattle Times reported Monday has organized and supplied protesters for their nightly attack on the courthouse, informally announced the creation of an autonomous zone Tuesday night and asked for volunteers to staff the area around the clock. Well, aren't they organized? Okay, now look at this barricade. So, the co-opting of this, the other thing that I have to chuckle about is the co-opting of the Black Lives Matter movement. Because this ACAB, Black Trans Lives Matter, y'all are really narrowing this down to some very specific people, aren't we? And this the low bar of they matter, that's a pretty low bar. And you know what's funny too? So they like to, people on the left who like to bring these kinds of things up, like to bring up this thing about, you know, how many black trans women have lost their lives. Now, if you've ever looked at the series of incidents they talk about, for one, a vast majority of them have nothing to do with them being trans. And so far, not a single incident that I can count had anything to do with police killing these people. And I think all but one case, they were killed by black men. Which you know what? I'm not demonizing black men. I am a black man. But point is, the narrow category of Black Trans Lives Matter in relationship to the Black Lives Matter movement, which is supposed to be a movement based on or trying to worry about police brutality, although that is a very small portion of, you know, the black lives that we lose. Why do they keep narrowing it down smaller and smaller and smaller? And, you know, was it yesterday when I was talking about this? Because I was saying, you know, when Don Lemon made the cancer reference and he's like telling Terry Crews, I shouldn't have said toenail cancer, because I don't think there is anything as such thing as toenail cancer. But it's like, so if you're doing a protest because cancer matters, right? But then you find out that they're only talking about mesothelioma or whatever it is, mesothelioma, whatever that you get from asbestos. But you're not talking about lung cancer, which is what the most people die from. Then you're kind of don't give a shit about cancer. You just care about this little narrow thing about cancer. You know what I mean? Anyway, Portland police also note that a couple hundred demonstrators gathered at Revolution Hall in southeast Portland and marched all throughout downtown Portland before ending their march at Pioneer Square, where they blocked traffic, set up tents, and began erecting barricades using industrial kitchen appliances, road blockades, and flashing traffic signs. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler has ordered his police to dismantle this immediately. Yeah, no. Portland Ted Wheeler, like Seattle Mayor's Jenny Durkham, who's up for a recall, by the way, but not for the reason you think, blamed the unrest on President Donald Trump and federal agents charged with protecting federal buildings. This was, remember, we talked about his tweet the other day? I told Acting Secretary of Homeland Security that my biggest immediate concern is the violence federal officers brought to our streets. Fuck off. We've already read this. I'm not even going to dignify this again. Oh, we have a new top super chat of the day. Thank you, Gamer Valine. And that's a very specific one. We get a little Zoe dance there. Is this showing up on the stream? I can't even tell. You know, something's going on with my stuff here. It's YouTube. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's YouTube. I can't decide. Let me see if I can just pop that on there again. Let's see if it shows up. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of there. All right. Anyway, thank you, Gamer Valine, who says, shh, just let it happen. I want them to try to run the feds out. I just put popcorn on today's grocery list. We don't get action like that in Phoenix because of the militias, Mormons, Second Amendment, and heat. It was 116 degrees when I got my pupper from daycare. Oh my goodness. Well, when you buy that popcorn, all you have to do is put it in a jar on the sidewalk and it'll probably pop. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Gamer Valine. You're so very kind and generous. That is the new top super chat of the day at $13.99. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is my stream just freezing all over the place? Okay, no, it's all good. All right, so let's get back to this. No, we don't. Acting Secretary, yeah, we saw Ted Wheeler's tweets. You know what? I've been a little lax on the FTGs today, but we definitely need an FTG for Ted Wheeler. There we go. When it comes to pronunciation, PDawg Knight is doing as best as he can. Very, very, very good Wikipedia smooth. Mesothelioma. Thank you, Big Assassin. My brain was not where I can look. I can say that word when I see it on the screen, but when I'm just trying to plop it out of my head, it comes out like it's coming right out of my butthole. Anyway, I guess you didn't need that visual, did you? You know what? It's time for Twitter trends because my screens just suck today. Let's find out what's on the Explore tab for Twitter. When you go to do trends, this is, I know, God, people are going to be shitting on Brian Kemp today. Governor Brian Kemp. Now, listen to this very carefully because some people are misconstruing what he's doing here. Governor Brian Kemp bans Georgia's cities and counties from mandating mask and face coverings. Okay? Because I've seen a lot of tweets today that Brian Kemp is banning masks. Nope. No. He's banning Georgia cities and counties from mandating them. Now, is he encouraging people to wear them? Yes, he is. In fact, obviously in this picture, he's wearing them. But he's banning, because some cities and counties wanted to make them mandatory. And, I don't know. Did we get it? Did anyone talk about peanut butter yet? I haven't seen any peanut butter. Here's some up here. Smooth peanut butter with honey on toast. Yeah. That's really good. Don't eat peanut butter. Smooth peanut butter. Jif or Peter Pan. Oh, I forgot about Peter Pan. So are we Skippy? What did she buy? Yeah, we're a Skippy household. And I love chunky peanut butter, but not always. Like on a peanut butter jelly sandwich, it's got to be smooth. But if it's just peanut butter on toast, I love chunky peanut butter. But yeah, we're a Skippy family. Anyway, put your peanut butter preferences in the chat when you get it, if you think about it. All right, so I'm sure Brian Kemp is trending, but let's see actually what is trending in order today. Trending number 1, it's Thursday, and so Thursday thoughts. Now, I haven't done a Thursday thoughts or Thursday morning or Thursday feelings or anything like that for a while, so let's click on Thursday thoughts as opposed to Thursday thoughts. And let's see if it pops up here. Let's see. I can close this window, by the way. All right, let's see. Failure is success in progress. And apparently he's using this. She fell on her face. Okay, let's.
She wasn't injured. Her teammate just went to the front, though, so they may be able to recover from that. And Dorn is flying down the backstretch.
It's a little blurry, but that's the gal who fell. Wow. She's catching up. Oh, she's back in a third. She's look at that kick. She fell flat on her face, and she ends up winning the race. That was awesome. Good for her. So there you go. Failure
to fall in a 600
is success in progress. That was pretty wild.
To fall with 200 meters to go and get up and win, that is unbelievable.
All right, we can just pause that. Stop. No. Stop. Thank you. All right, the best peanut butter is in the bin. Then open up a jar of Vegemite and spread that on the damn toast. LOL. Yeah, y'all are weird down there. I tried Vegemite once, just because an Australian friend of mine said to try it. Y'all can, yeah. You know what? That's obviously a regional thing. All right. We've been. I know you've been sharing your shows. I did scroll up. I caught some of them. All right. Let's see here. If this idiot becomes the next president of the United States, you'll know it was rigged. Okay, let's see. These are always. I always find these to be humorous. Let's see what they did with Joe Biden here.
And by the way, you know.
Oh, is this?
And by
is
the
this
way,
corn
you know,
pop?
I sit on the stand.
Oh no, this is hairy
and it
legs.
get hot. I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
What the hell?
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Okay, so got it. Okay, all right, moving on. Anything else good on Thursday Thoughts? AA Milne. It was a beautiful field. At the near end was a cluster of hazels, and on a summer's evening we could often hear the hedgehogs rustling and snuggling among them. And on hot days the cows would come and stand beneath their shade. All right, there you go. A good AA Milne quote is always good. All right, let's move on. That is our thought, or is it Thursday Thought? That's our Thursday Thought. Hope Hicks is trending. If you remember Hope Hicks, who used to be part of the White House team, well, I think she was a communications director. And, by the way, Donald Trump has kind of demoted Brad Parscale when he found out he was dating Hope Hicks. Same thing that happened with Lewandowski and Rob Porter. It wasn't their sheer incompetence that got them canned. It was their virility, and Trump was jealous. That's what this guy says. But apparently, Hope Hicks is going to be helping out with some of this stuff with the, I don't know, the convention stuff. I don't know, but everyone's talking about Hope Hicks because she was dating Brad Parscale. Someone says, now it's funny because, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Who says, after careful reflection, I would like to apologize for my past hurtful statements against my fellow Hebrew tribes. I was wrong. My fellow Hebrew tribes. I was wrong. After a visit for HR, I was made aware of my hurtful comments. I'm sorry. That's right. That is right. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I blew that. He said, I'm sorry. That is right. This is written by BHI and not his HR.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite. It's funny. So what we have on Twitter today is all the leftists, woke, Me Too, Democrat Biden people are slut shaming Hope Hicks. So Donald Trump announced, I'm pleased to announce that Bill Stepien has been promoted to the role of Trump campaign manager. Brad Parscale, who has been with me for a very long time and has led our tremendous digital and data strategies, will remain in that role while being a senior advisor to but Brian Krasenstein or his uglier twin brother, who tweet under the name of one of their wives, jumped in and said, Brad Parscale was worthless from the start, but you apparently couldn't see this. It took Parscale allegedly cheating on his wife with Hope Hicks that finally got your attention. Jealous much? I didn't do it in Brian Krasenstein or his uglier twin brothers who tweets under their wife's voice. But you know how it goes. Let me try that again. Brad Parscale was worthless from the start, but you apparently couldn't see this. It took Parscale allegedly cheating on his wife with Hope Hicks that finally got your attention. Jealous much? Okay, so there we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do imitations, and sometimes people enjoy them. Okay. So anyway, everyone on the left is slut shaming Hope Hicks. There we go. That's what they do, because it's okay if it's the right, wrong, the other side, the other people, right? Thursday vibes. Thursday morning will skip SNK brownie points. Oh, that's the sneakers app. I don't care. Kemp is trending for his banning municipalities from mandating masks. Not banning masks. So Dan Bongino, who is a Trump guy and former Secret Service agent, says Governor Georgia. Let me try that again. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp leads from the front. Much respect. Georgia, he likes the idea. But Brooklyn dad defiant, who is ever present on the internet. I don't know what this guy must not have a job, because he is always commenting on everything, and basically his job is Crescent Scene 2.0. Brooklyn dad defiant says Georgia would be in much better shape right now if they had elected the brilliant Stacey Abrams instead of shit for brains Brian Kemp. Well, shots fired. Goodness gracious. That's pretty, wow. Idiocy. Georgia Governor Kemp now avoids all of the state's local face mask mandates. Georgia Governor Kemp has now passed Florida Governor DeSantis for being worst coronavirus governor. As an epidemiologist, I'm at the point of vomiting blood again. Well, dipshit, I think you can wear a mask. He's not banning masks. All he's saying is that you can't mandate masks. Oh, MSNBC, MSDNC, nobody cares. It says Stacey Abrams. Well, they're saying what Stacey Abrams is. Stacey Abrams says Governor Kemp is following the lead of the incompetency and immorality following his decision to void local mask mandates in Georgia. He is too afraid of the consequences of leadership to actually demonstrate any. Whoa! Stacey, let me tell you something. No, lead, that's how he chooses to lead. Now, you may not like the way he chooses to lead, but look. Fuck it. They successfully, what do they call it? Something with the curves. Just flatten the curve. They successfully flattened the curve in Georgia. I'm going to show you. Hopefully, I'll have time to find this. The way that because you know how New York did their little. Andrew Cuomo did his little mountain poster. In fact, let's see if we can find that. I gotta find that. Cuomo. You can FTG to Stacey Abrams. Cuomo poster. Here we go. Let's check out the Cuomo poster real quick. I know this is out of turn, but here. So here's a high-res version of the poster that Governor Andrew Cuomo, the last person on the planet that I would take coronavirus advice from. Let's see if this thing pops up. Come on. Holy shit, my internet's terrible today. I'm going to get this fixed sometime soon. Oh, and it's in the freaking New York Times, too. Forget it. Skip. All right, anyway, there was one really poignant thing about this poster that seemed to just kind of fly over Governor Cuomo's head. Okay, here's the poster. Let's here. This is a better version of it. There's a couple things missing on this poster, though, and it's really kind of disturbing. Let me see if I can make this. That's about as big as it'll be. So he's got this, and this is the. Notice how the severity of this curve. Remember when the whole point of all this. Social distancing and mask and keep people in their homes and all that shit. Remember when the point of that was to flatten the curve so that you didn't overwhelm your health system, right? Because the virus is a virus. It's going to be a virus, and it's going to work no matter how hard you try. It's still going to go. But remember the flatten part? Flatten the curve? Does this curve look flat to you? Is there anything flat about that curve? You know, when Governor Cuomo sent all those people to nursing homes didn't help. But there was somebody who did a really, maybe those will show up here, the gif of the curve flattening. Okay. And when they match this up to the projection versus what they want to see. Well, all these states that are having their record number of cases and deaths right now, do you kind of notice that even their record numbers for now, like they hit their highest totals since this has started? Notice how those totals don't even compare to what was happening in New York. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You following me? So the curve has been flattened in those places. So yeah, they're now getting their little bump of cases because they flattened the curve. Right? Isn't that what we were supposed to do? Anyway, everyone's going to be talking about Brian Kemp today and what an asshole he is, or how wonderful he is, depending on what side of the aisle you sit on. Dan Snyder is trending number 8, the owner of the Washington Redskins. Apparently, there was supposed to be a big article out today about Dan Snyder in the Washington Post, and everyone's just jumping up and down, waiting. It was supposed to be some big scandal or something that they had. In fact, in here it says, not meant to be cryptic. Apologies if it comes across that way. Oh, we have another one. Thank you. Oh, good Lord. Thank you, Philip. How do you say your last name? Philip. It looks like it says Uranus. That is that Greek? I'm not sure how that last name goes, but thank you, Philip Uranus. Teddy Smooth, FTW, attempt 5. Oh, is this attempt 5? Attempt 5 what? Are we having trouble with the Streamlabs too? Teddy Smooth, FTW, fuck the world. I'm not sure what that means. But thank you, Philip Uranus. Oh, that curve was very well developed in whatchamacallit, in New York. Anyway, so Dan Schneider, there's supposed to be this bombshell article out here. Here it says, not to be cryptic, apologies if it comes across that way. Dan Snyder is going to be in trouble once the story comes out. Big trouble, possibly no choice but to sell the team trouble. The story has to drop Thursday. Too much is starting to trickle out. See you tomorrow. Wow, that is a cryptic message. You know, if you say cryptic 3 times, he shows up in the chat. So anyway, so nobody knows. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Now this news here. Ex-Washington general manager believes Dan Snyder will use name change as a chip to build a stadium bigger than something. Bigger than the Dallas Cowboys stadium. Okay. But that's not why he's trending. They're trending because they think there's going to be this big scandalous story coming out today, and it hasn't come out. So people are kind of freaking out because they don't know what the story is going to be about. But some people are very hopeful because Dan Snyder is one of the more disliked owners from a certain crowd of the what's that shit? The social whatever. He's not well liked. Let's just put it that way. Every member of the local media coming together to bury Dan Snyder tomorrow. See, there they are. They're all ready. Let's see. Story emerges about Dan Snyder that's so bad that Snyder might be forced to sell the team. Washington football fans, because the Washington fans aren't a fan of Dan Snyder either. But he most of the country hates him. Not most of the country. Most of the woke part of the country hates Dan Snyder because he was refusing to change the name, and then he finally came down to it where he's gonna, fold in the days of unrest, so to speak. So now he's gonna change the name, and nobody knows what this news is going to be, but everyone's got little funny gifs and things about it because they think Dan's going to be forced to sell the team. Anyway, that's why Dan Snyder's trending. Anything else interesting? Birkin. I thought this was going to be something about Dr. Burke on the pandemic team for the White House. But actually, the reason Birkin, Birkin, is trending, because apparently Cardi B and Offset bought their daughter a $9,000 Birkin purse for her birthday. I could care less. If they want to waste their money on bullshit like that, that just reinforces bullshit spending. But you know what? I know the Kardashian girls buy their kids fucking dumb shit too, so who cares? Anyway, that's why it's trending. Chris Evans is trending. He promised to send Chris Evans. Oh, this is sweet. We'll look at this one. Chris Evans. Come on. Let's see it. Come on out here. Let's see it. Today. Chris Evans sent a sweet video message to a young boy who saved his sister from a dog attack, and promised to send him the real Captain America shield. This is so awesome. Hollywood star Chris Evans sent a sweet video. Okay, that's the same sentence. The actor sent a message to the 6-year-old Bridger after his aunt Nicole Noel Walker first reached out to the Avengers team through an Instagram post. Pal, you're a hero. What you did was so brave, so selfless. Your sister's so lucky to have you as a big brother. Your parents must be proud of you, Evans told Bridger. The video was shared online by Walker. According to Walker, Bridger saved his 4-year-old sister on July 9th by standing between her and a charging dog. The child received 90 stitches after getting bitten by the canine. Evans promised to send Bridger, an avid Avengers fan, an authentic Captain America shield because, pal, you deserved it. Keep being the man you are. We need people like you. Hang in there. I know recovery might be tough, but based on what I've seen, I don't think there's much that can slow you down, the actor said in the video. So very cool. Even though I'm not a fan of Chris Evans, but that I'll give him the he deserves a cheer for that. If it there you go. There you go. Thank you for Chris Evans. Let's see if there's anything else that I give a shit about on Twitter today. Anything really, really good. Zeke has something about football. Music trending, Sebastian Bach. Oh, Sebastian Bach from Skid Row? You know what? That's some 80s hair band stuff. I got to see what they're talking about, Sebastian Bach. Oh, Sebastian Bach, the former lead singer of Skid Row, and also played the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera in New York, says, if you support Donald Trump, you stand against rock and roll and every musician in America who has been put out of work because a reality television show host doesn't believe in science. Is this the same Sebastian Bach? Too fucking shay, whoever put that out there. Yes, that is the same one. Sebastian Bach and Axl Rose being left-wing on Twitter is a 2020 plot twist I never could have foreseen. So anyway, based on some of the replies, Sebastian Bach hurt the feeling of the fuck your feelings MAGA crowd. Yeah, Sebastian Bach, he's whatever. Who cares? Axl Rose. Oh, no, that's not Axl Rose. That's a GNR girl. Axl Rose and Sebastian Bach, the dream team we didn't know we needed. Well, I don't know if we need them. You have your opinion, Sebastian Bach. You're entitled to it. I think that this shirt you wore might be a little problematic, though, and they will let you know that it was problematic. So, all right. Way to go, Sebastian Bach. You are a hero to the left now. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Chris, oh God. this dropped pretty far. This is what I think I'm going to finish on this one, though. Chris Cuomo. Yeah, just some hashtag activism, respect for teachers, whatever. Chris Cuomo. Let's finish with Chris Cuomo. The brilliant... we can do an FTG for Sebastian Bach. Chris Cuomo got a little upset that Donald Trump did a little photo op with some Goya products. And, I personally think that the president of the United States shouldn't be doing promos for anything, but he did, whatever. But here's the reaction of Chris fucking Cuomo. This is rich. I'm just saying.
You tell me how a president in the middle of a pandemic
Stop!
has got time.
Stop! In the middle of a pandemic, everything's in the middle of a pandemic right now. Everything you do on the planet right now, no matter what it is in the middle of a pandemic. I just took a dump. How could you take a dump in the middle of a pandemic? I just got my car washed. How could you get your car washed in the middle of a pandemic? I scratched my mosquito bite. How could you scratch a mosquito bite in the middle of a fucking pandemic? How? How
dare you?
You kissed your mother in the middle of a pandemic? You motherfucker.
Time for this bullshit.
Oh!
Are you kidding?
Oh! There's some people out there praising them just for saying the word bullshit. This is... Hang on.
Hawking products, Goy, I don't care who it is. Resolute desk. This is what he's resolute about.
In the middle of a pandemic.
Pandemic priorities.
Oh! Wow! Wow! Having a picture taken during a pandemic.
How dare you?
Now, well, let's listen to the rest of this bullshit, and then we're gonna have a little commentary.
His daughter Ivanka, top White House advisor. Are you kidding me?
In the middle of a pandemic.
Marketing for a brand following calls for boycotts after Goya's CEO heaped praise on Trump last week. On your dime, in the middle of a pandemic.
In the middle of a pandemic. In the middle of a pandemic. In the middle of a pandemic. Yeah. The only thing you should be doing is you should be in the lab working on the you should be working on the vaccine, and you're in the middle of a pandemic. You're not in the lab 35 hours a day working on the vaccine in the middle of a pandemic.
They're selling beans. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Seriously. This is not left and right. This is reasonable, my brothers and sisters.
Oh, you are not my brother. Now, let's talk about what Chris Cuomo did in the middle of a pandemic. Chris fucking Cuomo. I seem to recall Chris Cuomo taking a few days out of his CNN gig. Well, not taking days off, because in the middle of a pandemic, when apparently Chris Cuomo claimed to have COVID-19 and made a big deal out of it, broadcasted every day from his basement. In the middle of a pandemic, you're broadcasting in the middle of a pandemic from your basement when you have COVID-19? Are you sure that the disease cannot come through your microphone, through my eyes? But even worse, in the middle of a pandemic, when Chris Cuomo had COVID-19, he went out. See, he said he was banished to his basement, except for the fact that he was seen across town from his East Hampton home in the Hamptons in the middle of a pandemic to go check on the house he was building in his Southampton home, out and about in the middle of a pandemic, with his wife, his children, and apparently a realtor or somebody in tow, and none of them were wearing masks. In the middle of a pandemic when you supposedly had COVID-19. In fact, the fat tire bike guy that you bitched about on that little podcast when you were complaining about how much you hated your job. Do you remember that guy? He's the guy who saw you and you got in an argument because he said, "Oh, I thought you had COVID-19. You're out here with your wife and kids and some lady that they didn't know it was with no mask, you dipshit, in the middle of a pandemic when you have the disease." But wait, there's more. Remember the interview he did with his brother? In the middle of a pandemic when people are dying left and right in the state of New York because your brother sent a bunch of people with COVID-19 into the nursing homes, and in the middle of a pandemic you were joking about swabs and you had 2 custom swabs made to joke with it about your brother getting tested in his big ass nose. In the middle of a pandemic, you're making light of people getting tested when your brother said people to die in the state that has the most deaths per capita in the country other than New Jersey. 16 times more deaths per capita than Texas. 8 times more deaths per capita than Florida. In the middle of a pandemic, you had this custom nose swab made. Are you fucking kidding me, Chris Cuomo? Oh, but wait. There's more. Then you had the fucking gall to film a scene of you triumphantly coming out of your basements. No longer, you were cleared by the CDC themselves. The actual CDC came and cleared Chris Cuomo to come out of his basement when everyone knew you had already been across town while you were supposedly sick with COVID-19. Looking at the house you're building on the other side of the Hamptons. You dirty bitch. You and your brother are the last 2 people on the planet that I would ever take COVID-19 advice from. Chris Cuomo, not only do you suck, but FTG. And GFY. and SMD and KMA. I want you to blow me another kiss. Fuck off, Fredo. And on that note, thanks everybody for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 1500 GMT, for your viewing pleasure. Please, before you go, as you walk out the door, please hit the like button on the way out. Just take a big old fake nose swab and smash that like button like you never did before. And if you think about it, share the stream. Share this through that little arrow down there that says share. You can go to Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, LinkedIn, whatever. And if you really like it, what we do and appreciate what we do, you can always donate to the show. Some of you have been very generous. Thank you so much for Philip Haranis, Black Hebrew Israelite, Gamer Valine, Cryptic. Thank you for the super chats today. Appreciate that. Also, thanks for those who are participating in the chat today. I'm sorry. I'm just using this voice because I'm trying to soothe myself after that rant. Also, welcome Miles Kinslow. I really appreciate you. I hope you made it to the show today. By the way, I didn't say hi to Amy in Connecticut, Donatello, Slap-a-Fellow, Duck Dog. Good morning to you all. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. I think I'm going to... Oh, and Maniac Man also. I think I'm gonna call it a day and hope to see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna try to have some guests this weekend, so just watch the notifications. And but today I think I'm gonna go do my little noon thing, and then I'm gonna come back and go hang out in the pool because I need the water therapy after listening to Chris Cuomo. Anyway, people, thank you so much again. My name is PDawg Knight. Fuck Chris Cuomo. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.